Why are they using my thumbnail for this ad? Sale, The Sims 4 all expansions, $5.75. That has to be a scam, number one. Number two, why are they using my thumbnail for that? Hello? Hello? Where are the babies? Well, I shouldn't say where are the babies because we have babies in The Sims 4, but what I mean is where are the improved babies? Please, Sims team, I am begging you. Hey everyone, it's Pixelade here and welcome back to the channel. So today I have a discussion video for you about something that I hold near and dear to my heart. I don't know about you guys, I don't know how you feel about this, but we need improved babies so bad. It's been 6 years, actually now over 6 years since the anniversary for The Sims 4 was just the other day. It's been over 6 years since the base game launched and the babies are still objects. And keep in mind, this is all in a life simulation game. Babies are objects in a life simulation game. There are other games that aren't life simulation games where the babies aren't objects. And to me, that's kind of sad. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a trip down memory lane back to The Sims 2 and back to The Sims 3 to discuss babies, how they affected gameplay, how they were represented in those games, and how, of course, they could be improved in The Sims 4 based off of what we currently have in the game right now, and it's not good. In this video, I am going to be reading an article off of The Sims Wiki. This is for babies, of course, under the life stages tag. We're gonna be starting with The Sims 1. I'm not gonna be focused on it, but I wanna start with The Sims 1 because I actually really never fully got into The Sims 1. I played it here and there, but I was very, very young, so I literally don't remember anything about it. And I'm going to read how babies worked in The Sims 1 and what they brought to the game. And honestly, it's gonna be more of a reaction than anything because I don't remember any of this stuff. So in order for a baby to be born in The Sims, one of two things must happen. Two Sims, opposite genders, must interact romantically either by kissing or playing in bed, and then hope for the random chance of a dialogue asking, should we have a baby? To which the player can answer yes or no. The playing in bed interaction can only work if a sim has a vibromatic heart bed or a downloaded bed that's based on it. In Get a Life mode for the console version of The Sims, the player will not be given the option to decline. A phone call is received from an adoption agency asking if the family would like to adopt. This phone call occurs at random, usually at around 4 p.m. The player has the option to decline. That's cool. The fact that they randomly call you and ask you if you want to adopt a baby, like that is actually really freaking cool. Either way, a baby arrives immediately in a shower of flowers, at which point all other Sims gather to applaud the newborn. The shower of flowers will resolve into a green crib with white bedding. The baby will arrive near the Sims. It is suggested that the interaction that leads to the should we have a baby question be performed away from the lot's borders, as it is possible for the crib to appear on the sidewalk or in the street, in which case the player will be unable to move it in build or buy mode unless the move objects cheat is used. That is so cool. Babies awaken approximately 1 every 6 hours and require feeding, although strangely enough, they never require diaper changes. That's interesting. Okay, so The Sims 1 definitely, I feel like, takes a step back from The Sims 4. I feel like in The Sims 1, I guess they kind of were objects in a way. Let me keep reading though, because I could be wrong. And they need to be sung to sleep. They have no other needs. Playing with the baby is an option, but not required. What? The baby is visible while a Sim is interacting with it, but it will be placed back into the crib once the interaction is finished. While in its crib, the baby is merely a lump covered in its bedding. Once the baby has gone back to sleep, Sims will be unable to interact with it until the next time it awakens for feeding. Through Bonehilda, if available, will be able to feed the baby. As long as the baby is in the crib can be moved in buy mode or build mode. So they say as long as the baby's in the crib. So can you take the baby out of the crib in The Sims 1? That's the question. Can you do that? Because if you can, like actually take it out and move it around the house, then technically they're not objects. Technically. But if that's not an option, then I don't see how different babies are from The Sims 4. If the baby is not tended to after several hours of crying, a social worker will call to reprimand the household and warn them that if the child is not taken care of, the social worker will come to take the baby away. How the heck does a social worker know know if I'm taking care of my baby or not? You're not even in my house. I don't got security cameras. How do you know I'm not taking care of my baby? That's what I want to know. If looked after sufficiently, a baby becomes a child after 72 game hours. So there were no toddlers in The Sims 1, were there? No. Since there are no genetics in The Sims, the child's body and head skins will be selected at random, and the child may not resemble either parent. The body skin can be changed by using a dresser, but the head skin can only be changed by using a third-party program. Wow, I didn't know that. Unlike later games in the series, babies in The Sims are like objects. A player can evict a family from their house while a baby is in it, but the baby will not be there when the family is moved back into a house. So they are objects in The Sims 1. So I guess The Sims 4 kind of went the Sims 1 route with babies and making them objects, which I don't know how to feel about that. Okay, up next is The Sims 2. This one is my favorite, and this one is going to be the most important, guys. And if we ever get an improved baby update, if we ever have them come to The Sims 4, they need to be more like how they were in The Sims 2. And I say combine with The Sims 3 as well, because there were a lot of elements about The Sims 3 that made the babies absolutely wonderful. So babies in The Sims 2 require more planning, since either a successful try for baby interaction or the abduction of a male sim is needed. After 3 days of pregnancy, which there is a pregnancy, the baby is born. Again, babies can be adopted, but in this instance, it's the player's choice as to when or whether that happens, as the adoption agency will not call at random. So that's the difference here between Sims 1. Unlike their counterparts in the original, babies in The Sims 2 are separate from their cribs, which need to be bought in build mode. Regular feeding and diaper changes are required, and social interactions, cuddle and play with, are possible, although unlike the original, a baby's relationship scores are calculated from the moment it's born, and that's how it should be. Another difference from the original is one of the new NPCs, the nanny, who can care for the youngsters and will also tidy up the house. Children cannot independently interact with babies, though they can talk to babies that are being held by other Sims, but all teens and older Sims can, and house guests may automatically hold babies and feed them bottles. That's awesome. Having the option to feed them bottles was one of my favorite things. You could actually take the baby out of the crib, you could go over to the fridge, grab a bottle, feed the baby with the bottle, and then I remember afterwards they would always like put the bottle on the floor, and then it would start to stink and there'd be like that green smoke coming off of it. I love that you can move the babies around the house because they weren't objects. They definitely didn't feel like objects, even if they were intended to be objects. The Sims 2 babies are not controllable or selectable, though a baby will have an icon. The background color of a baby's icon will change to reflect his or her general mood, but it's not possible to view any of a baby's details without using a hack or bullprop testing cheats enabled unless the player has the free time expansion pack, see below. Oh, that's interesting. However, the player can see if a baby's diaper needs to be changed, as the interaction will not be available unless it's needed. I don't remember that, and I play The Sims 2 a lot. Why don't I remember that? It will also not be available if the baby is asleep. Even if the background of the baby's icon is yellow, a baby's diaper can be changed by clicking on the baby or by using a changing table, which was another addition with The Sims 2. You could take your baby out of the crib, take them over to the changing table, change them, and the animation is seriously so freaking cute. There's like baby powder and then it puffs everywhere. Oh, it's just so cute. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And there's also something I want to talk about that is done in The Sims 3 as well, but we'll get there when we get there. Using a changing table is preferable, as it provides a larger boost to the baby's invisible hygiene motive, and the dirty diaper is automatically disposed of. While a baby can be bathed in a sink, yes, that was an option. Any type of sink will do. Using the changing table when a diaper change is needed should keep the baby's invisible hygiene motive satisfied, while enough to make this unnecessary. That is so freaking cool. To feed the baby, click on a refrigerator and get a bottle, or click on a partly filled bottle and select feed bottle to option. The baby will drink until the invisible hunger motive is filled or the bottle is empty, after which the bottle will be put down. If The Sims 2 University is installed, Sims cannot get bottles from the Triple M mini fridge. A partly filled bottle cannot be stored in a fridge but can be placed in a Sim's inventory. Babies are immobile and will stay wherever they are put. If they are put on the floor or ground, Sims and pets will either go around them or step over them. Being left on the floor or ground does not harm a baby, but babies will rest better if they are in their cribs. A baby can be placed in a crib by clicking on the crib and selecting the option to put him or her in it. A baby who is sleeping in a crib can be tucked in, but the option will not appear if the baby baby is awake. Look at all of the options with this. This is so detailed. This is what we freaking need in The Sims 4. What were they thinking to take all of these things out? And not just take all of these things out, but after 6 years to not patch them in. Like, they haven't even come with an expansion pack. Like, that's just crazy to me that it's been this long, you know? All babies have the same facial features, the second face template in Create a Sim, excluding the babies of Pollination Technician. So it is impossible to tell what they will look like later on beyond the basics of skin tone, eye color, and hair color. They are bald, but their eyebrows reveal the color of their hair. Yup. Babies also have no aspirations, wants, or fears, but can collect memories, even though in reality they would be much too young to understand most of them, unless a baby is being removed by the social worker, which happens. My eyes are super red, guys. Sorry, I literally just had the biggest yawn ever, and then I started rubbing my eyes because my eyes started watering, and now my eyes are probably super red. Whoa. But anyways, to continue, which would happen if its invisible hunger or social motives was to become critically low. It can't leave the lot unless a glitch occurs. The social worker will also remove the baby if he or she is left unattended, i.e. there are no teens, adults, or elders present on the lot. So in The Sims 2 Free Time introduces the parenting skill, which gives Sims parents the ability to check on the baby. Using this feature, Sim parents study beforehand using a book from a bookcase. Once they master the art of parenting, the parents now have the option to check on the baby, at which point a bubble appears above the baby's head indicating his or her lowest motive. I love that. That's so cute. The Dangle Master Deluxe, the Bouncinator 3000 are The Sims 2 store objects which are unique for babies. Both of them raise babies' fun and even social motive, but they will cry if they are left in them for too long. There are no objects for babies in The Sims 4 other than that stinking bassinet. You can't move them. That's literally it. That's the only thing they get is a bassinet. And if you're using mods or custom content, then you can download custom cribs and you can download the floating baby mod and basically put it inside of that custom crib, but that's all you can do. You can't have bouncers, you can't have playpens, you can't have tummy time, you can't have changing tables. You can't do any of those things. None of those things you can do, and it's ridiculous because we're on the 4th iteration of the game. You'd think that that would be a thing by now, but it's not, and it's very disappointing. At a maximum of 3 days old, a baby becomes a toddler, which toddlers were introduced in The Sims 2. Household members can throw a party for the baby and can blow out candles on a cake, triggering a special cutscene to celebrate the baby's transition. And the cutscenes in The Sims 2 were everything. We need them back, period. I don't know if you guys remember, I don't know if you've ever played The Sims 2, but the cutscenes were freaking epic. Oh my god! I'm getting like so excited because they're so cute. And that's the reason why in The Sims 2, I connected so well with my families. Oh my god, I literally fell in love with the Sims that I was playing. I grew so attached to them and I could never stop. And the same thing happened in The Sims 3 with the personality system and just how deep the gameplay was. I was able to really connect with my Sims. And I remember when I ended my Generations Let's Play, it was like the end of season 3, I was editing a video and I was crying. I literally had tissues. I was like weeping. I was so attached to the families. In The Sims 4, I don't get attached to them. It's just, they feel like empty shells. I mean, that's just the truth though. That's just how they feel to me though, but there really is no gameplay and it lacks, and we need that back. Sorry for straying away from babies, but I just had to say that because it's true. If there is no party or cake, another household member will autonomously pick the baby up when it is ready to age and help it with its birthday. It is possible to raise a baby by feeding and nothing more. However, since building relationships with them is fairly easy, it is best if other members of the household interacted with the baby. In The Sims 2, the automation of teens and older Sims around babies can be rather annoying. They will attempt to meet the baby's needs autonomously, but will not always be intelligent about it. Yeah, that's true. For example, they will always autonomously feed a crying baby, even if it needs its diaper changed instead. So while the autonomous hold youngster action may indicate that a baby needs some sort of attention, and crying definitely indicates that, the player may need to intervene and decide whether it needs to be fed, changed, or just held. Yes, that definitely did get on my nerves. I remember that. Bigfoot will occasionally attempt to perform a prank on the baby or even attempt to fight with them. Since prank and fight interactions can only be performed on Sims who are teens or older, the game will not allow him to do this, so his interaction will simply fail. I don't remember that at all. That's definitely news to me. And there is a gallery showing pictures, a mother holding her baby, and Cassandra Goth and her baby. You guys, they were so cute. Look at them. They had little diapers. You could actually take them out of the crib and move them. And then of course these pictures characters are from The Sims 3, but we will get into The Sims 3 in a second. Oh my God, so much came with The Sims 3 that I loved, and not just that, but so much came from The Sims 3 store that literally just, oh my God, it made babies so much fun to play with. So much fun to play with. We'll get to that in a minute. So up next is Sims 3. We're gonna read like the little description for it, I guess. I took a mini break for a second. I had to get myself some lemonade. I'm like dying of thirst, and reading this is crazy. Oh my God, my throat. For some reason, the back of my neck hurts. Oh my God, I promised you guys I would show you Meepo. You guys want to see Meepo before I read Sims 3? Here's Meepo, guys. I promised you I would show you Meepo. She's currently not feeling the greatest because she just got spayed the other day, so she's still healing from that. So she's just a little off, but she's still a love bug and she's still happier than ever. Go ahead, say hi to the camera. She's staring at the green screen for some reason. She's so fascinated by the colors. Can I get boop? No, no boop. What, baby? What are you doing? All right, let's continue, guys. Babies are the youngest life stage in The Sims 3 and can be added to existing households through a pregnancy, adoption, a successful wish for a child using the wishing well in Lucky Palms, yes, it's true, by performing a cloning experiment using the Science Research Station in The Sims 3 University Life, by reincarnating a deceased Sim as a baby using the Door of Life and Death from The Sims 3 store, or by going to the hospital in Oasis Landing and engineering a baby in The Sims 3 into the future. There are so many ways to have a baby in The Sims 3, it's crazy. On the normal lifespan setting, a baby will once again take 3 days to age up into a toddler. This time around, however, babies are much more specifically modeled on newborn infants and appear to represent a period spanning from birth to a few months of a Sim's life. Unlike in The Sims 2, a pregnancy will last for 72 hours rather than 75 hours, and the Sim's belly will expand gradually rather than abruptly growing at the end of the first 2 trimesters. Pregnancies in The Sims 3 are somewhat more realistic than in The Sims 2, so yet another upgrade from The Sims 1, which I am very, very happy about. Pregnant Sims experience vomiting, similar to morning sickness, cravings, back pains, and light mood swings. Pregnant Sims may also have wishes to visit the spa or get a massage when experiencing back pains, or wish to eat certain foods to curb their cravings. Sometimes both parents will wish for a specific gender of a baby, to read pregnancy books, or to buy necessary furniture for their unborn child. And I love this. I love this because it's just getting you ready for childhood, you know, having the option to do everything that you need to do to prepare for that. Pregnant Sims can either go to the hospital to have a baby or stay at home to give birth. If the player opts for a home birth, the Sim will spend a period of time visibly suffering from labor pains and then spin around in a cloud of multicolored sparks, after which the baby appears in her hands in a matter of resembling births in The Sims 2. Meepo wants to go, so I'm gonna let her go now. If twins or triplets are born at home, after the process of naming the babies and assigning traits, the Sim will put the first baby down and repeat the spinning action until all the babies are born. If the player opts for a birth to take place at a hospital, the Sim will disappear into the hospital rabbit hole and after some time emerge carrying their baby or babies once names and traits have been assigned for them. If the father of a baby born at a hospital is part of the pregnant Sim's household, they will enter the hospital with them. Fathers from separate households, however, may or may not be present at the hospital birth. Oddly, babies born in a hospital will have a noticeably lower starting relationship with the Sim that gave birth to them than babies at home, though the game does not specify any reason for this. Interesting. Upon being born, babies now appear with blankets wrapped around them instead of wearing diapers, so we call them the burrito babies. There are 2 different colored blankets. The default colors are sky blue for a baby boy and pastel pink for a baby girl, but different colors and styles are available as custom content. The color of the baby blankets can also be changed with the use of any mod that allows access to either the plan outfit mode, on the dresser, or create a Sim. If there's 1 baby born, the mother will carry it. If it's twins, the mother and father will carry one. If it's triplets or quadruplets or so on, the babies will be carried in a basket on the way home. I've never seen the basket. I've heard of it, but I've never seen that. I've never had that happen in my game. Babies are assigned 2 traits at birth depending on how happy the mother Sim was during her pregnancy. The player may be able to choose one of their traits, 2 of the traits, traits or neither of them, reading pregnancy books and getting massages appearing to significantly increase the likelihood of being able to select both traits. If the pregnancy was a particularly unhappy one, the traits will be chosen at random and will often be negative traits such as evil, mean-spirited, or coward. Unlike in The Sims 2, the only visible aspect of babies' genetics is their skin tone, as the genetic character model for a baby lacks noticeable colored eyebrows and will always have blue eyes, a possible nod to the fact that babies briefly have blue eyes after birth, which is very, very true actually. For the first time in the Sims series, it is possible to select babies without the use of cheats or mods, though they remain immobile and cannot be directed to perform any interactions themselves, which is expected. They need to be cared for by other Sims, older Sims specifically. Regardless, the player can now view babies' traits and motives and keep track of how hungry, tired, dirty, or lonely they are. Babies do not have any wishes and cannot learn any skills, but can gain a few moodlets. Babies can also visit other community lots for the first time in the series by being carried to other community lots. I love that. I love that. That's so cute. Being able to just take them around the world is so cool. Even if there's no purpose to it, I still find it awesome that you can do that. A mother Sim can pick up her baby, she can take her up to the top of the hill inside of the world, get a picture with the baby during the sunset. Like, you actually have the option to do those kinds of things. You know, the world was open, you could take the babies out of the cribs, you can move them to other lots in the world or other parts of the world, even if it's not an actual active community lot. Like, all those things were possible. If a baby's motives get low enough, it will start to cry, which causes nearby Sims to get the negative crying baby moodlet. However, evil Sims will get the positive friendlishly delighted moodlet from crying babies and may steal candy from them in order to deliberately make them cry. Yes, I've seen that. Evil Sims can steal candy from the baby. In my original Generations Let's Play, my Sim had the evil trait and he always stole candy from his newborn babies. Each one of his babies, he did it. It was like a tradition. It was so funny. Any Sim in the teen stage or above may instantly refill a baby's hygiene motive by changing its diaper at any time and in any location. There is no need for a changing table, although one can be purchased in the store's premium content. So it wasn't required, but you could actually have the changing tables, which was nice. And babies in The Sims 3 can no longer be bathed in the sink. I was pretty sad about that. Sims who are not from the same household as a baby will be unable to interact with the baby unless they have a high relationship with its parents or guardians. A baby may be born as a non-human life state if either of its parents are non-human. However, if two normal Sims try for a baby with the magic in the air moodlet, which can be gained by visiting Abortum, I think that's pronounced, I could be wrong, there's a chance that they will produce a baby with a random occult life state as a mutation. That is really cool. In The Sims 3 Generations, there is a chance that after a baby is born, the parents will be sent an imaginary friend doll by a relative. The baby will have the doll in their inventory. However, they cannot interact with it until they age up into a toddler. Babies can also be taken on strolls in the stroller by Sims who are teens and older. So here are some gallery pictures of The Sims 3. We need Sims 4 Improved babies to be more like Sims 2 and Sims 3. What do we want to see with Sims 4 Improved babies? I want to see more crib varieties. I want to see new bassinets. I want to see strollers, changing tables, the ability to bathe them in the sink, the ability to not have them inside of their bassinet 100% of the time. You're actually able to take them, move them around the house, move them around the world, take them to another lot, take them to the fridge to get a bottle, stuff like that. That's what I want to see. And look at this. It's so freaking cute. I love the burrito babies and I really love the imaginary friend. Everyone always talks smack about the imaginary friend, but I love the imaginary friend. It's so cute. Only they can see it. And at some point there is an option that you can actually bring it to life, which is just so freaking cool. And I actually have a mod that changes the color of the bottle too, so you can make the bottle white. Look at their little arms and their little fingers. They're so cute. And look, yep, you have the ability to move them around the house, place them on the floor, whatever you like. And of course, when the baby cries, everyone in the same room gets upset about it. And you can place them in strollers, take them on walks around the whole world, anywhere you can imagine. You can take your Sims and their baby in the stroller and just explore the whole world if you wish. It's just amazing. So now coming up on The Sims 4, not gonna read it because obviously most of us watching here have The Sims 4. We know how babies work. And look at the difference here. The Sims 4 section isn't even that long. The Sims 3 section is at least 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 paragraphs longer. Like, there is so much more that you can do in The Sims 2 and The Sims 3 that you can do in The Sims 4 with babies, and it's honestly kind of sad. And of course, there even are options to take the babies out of the bassinets in some of the mobile games. Babies can also leave their crib if a teen Sim or older is tending to their needs. Sims, and as they level 10, adult Sims can carry them around, place them on the ground, and teach them to walk after doing the Nanny Knows Best quest. Babies are very easy to look after and can be sent to sleep manually at any time they are in their cot. Unlike other games, babies can be left at home alone. If the baby's needs get too low, it will start to cry and scream. Babies also cry if they want an adult to pick them up. Like, look at this, guys. This is so cute. Not the freaking mobile Sims games giving our babies more options than The Sims 4. Like, it's kind of, look at this. This is so cute. I love it. I freaking love it. Let me know down in the comment section below if babies were to ever get improved in The Sims 4, what would you want to see? Why are they using my thumbnail for this ad? Sale, The Sims 4 all expansions, $5.75. That has to be a scam, number one. Number two, why are they using my thumbnail for that? Hello? Hello? Anyways, back on track. Let me know what you think about all of these baby features in some of the older Sims games, all of the functionality with them and how they impacted gameplay, and let me know what you would want to see if we were to ever get a baby update in The Sims 4. I love you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Of course, if you did, be sure to give it a huge thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, and leave a comment down below. And don't forget, you can follow me on social media. Links are down in the description box as well. Love each and every one of you guys to the moon and back, and I will see you all next time. So long and happy simming. Bye, everyone.